Hello there, folks. It is Simon Carabetta here, one half of Rejected or Selected. I am just saying a few words before this week's show to let you know that we are bringing you another Unplugged. And I will do the air quotes if you're watching me, unplugged, because, of course, nothing is unplugged. We are completely plugged in recording a podcast. However, unplanned, unscripted, and mostly unedited episode of Rejected or Selected from Deany and I this week. So before we get started, and without further ado, I'll do the thing. Welcome to Rejected or Selected, a podcast all about hiring horrors, job search woes, and everything fair and unfair in and around our work lives. Deany, I hope I did that okay. On with the show.
Yeah, no, work has been insane. I've had like back-to-back meetings, even on Mondays, which I block out Mondays as my no meeting day.
Okay.
But this week I had meetings, I had multiple meetings. So it's been really, really hectic, but I enjoy it. It's great. But it takes so much out of you. Like meetings really drain me now, even when I enjoy them, because I feel like it's a performance. Not That's the wrong way to put it, but it is kind of, you have to be upbeat, you have to be listening. And it's hard for people like us to stay listening for
I like that
extended
you've
amount of time.
yeah, I like that you said performance. I never really thought of it in that way, but when now thinking back, it really is. You're
It
putting
is.
on, I don't want to say a front, but you almost are. And I like
It,
that
yes.
you've made Monday your no meeting day. That's,
Mm.
I mean, that should be policy at every workplace, honestly.
No, you need at least one day
Mm.
to step back and do all the admin and planning or catching up, or because for me personally, every time I have a meeting, right after the meeting, I have to do all the meeting notes, remember what the action items are.
Oh,
Then, I would send a recap back, whether they ask for it or not, because it helps me, commit myself to the actions, and then I would have to do those actions. But that's not the only meeting that I've had that week. And then there's the other work that is not directly linked to any meeting, but needs to be done, right? So other
yeah.
projects and all that stuff.
Mm.
It's a good problem to have. It's better than being unemployed, involuntarily unemployed. That's hard.
Involuntarily unemployed.
Involuntarily unemployed. That's like the worst situation to be in. You want to be employed, but you do not have employment. So not complaining at all, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of energy.
I get that.
Mm.
I get that. Hey, if my smoke alarm does a little beep in the next like half hour or whatever we're gonna record for,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get very annoyed because the battery's due for a change. I've been pushing the
Oh,
hush. This one's got a hush button. I've been using my broom handle to like get up there like 4 a.m. and go, shut up, like. And the other night, I pushed
that is so
something else that
bad.
made
Why
it
don't you
go
just
off.
change it? Why don't you
I
just
I'd say
change the battery?
it's hardwired in. I've got to call
Okay.
my landlord's property manager and get them to send
The
someone out to
strata
do it, which
people.
could be a 3-minute email that Simon sends out today, but I have
Oh,
putting it off. So
oh my God, it's the worst.
speaking of emails, honestly, Sunday nights, I don't know if anyone else gets this or you get this. I get the email anxiety. Now, this is my fault because I have Outlook on my phone, my personal phone, which is linked to work,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
And
same.
there's sometimes I forget to turn my notifications off on both Teams and Outlook.
Mm,
And
mm.
so Sunday night, my phone's like buzzing and it's going off, and I'm trying to relax and watch, you know, an episode of Sopranos that I've seen for 15 times already. And
Yeah.
and there's all these work emails popping up, and I'm just like, oh my God, don't you're thinking about work because you picked up your phone and it's like 5 emails back to back to back to back. Stop, Simon. Like, put it
But
down and
wait,
switch
okay.
off.
Who
Switch off.
who's
So,
sending emails on Sundays?
because a lot of it's not people directly sending them, because I get a lot of enrollment inquiries for the
Oh,
RTO that
yeah,
I
yeah.
work
Okay,
for
that makes
Contech,
sense.
and they
Mm.
come through and they will come through on a Sunday night,
Yeah, 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 of
and
course.
I'm just like, oh my God, stop. But
That's
I'm the
well, that's
one.
on you, Simon.
It's on
That's
me.
on you.
I'm the one who made the stupid decision in the first place to
Yeah,
not turn my notifications off and look at my phone when I should just be chilling on a Sunday night.
chillaxing.
Yeah,
Mm, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
I, s-
But
I
yeah.
still remembered something because you said, it's just something that would take 3 minutes. Like,
Mm.
what was that? Changing the battery on your bloody
Well,
thingy
sending an
bob.
email to get someone to
Oh,
come
yeah.
out. I
Yes,
had,
yes,
this
yeah.
was, this started on Saturday. It's now Wednesday. Simon hasn't
So,
sent the
yes.
email to his property manager yet, which I will
So
definitely
sending
do.
an email like that and then turning off notifications on your phone will probably take max
Mm.
7 minutes if you're a numpty, somewhat.
I'm not a nut. Well, I
So
like
it
to
would
think I'm
take
not a.
less time. It would take
They should.
less time, right, to switch it off. But we don't do that. Why? It's like me, and this is worse. So I'm renting this office space. Well, no, I'm not paying for it. My bosses are paying for it. Thank you, Retrospect
Oh,
Labs. Um, all I needed to do was sign the contract, right? And the poor staff, they're like, "Oh, we've sent the contract to you. If you could please sign it." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, sure." This is my second contract with them, and I kid you not, a whole week. And then yesterday, I finally sat. I was sitting chatting with them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, when you can contract." This is since I don't know, maybe last month, 2 months ago. um, and the guy was like, "Oh, don't worry, you don't have to do it now." I'm like, I'm fucking doing it now because it's not going to be done otherwise. Literally, just open the contract, did a bit of a zoomy thing, use the pen to the PDF pen to sign, sent it. Why is it so hard?
it's not hard.
It's just
We just choose to procrastinate and do
it's just
things,
not a
and
priority.
it's the easy things. I don't know what it is, but lately, it's funny. Okay, this is really bizarre, Teeny. In the
Yeah.
past Simon used to, if it was a really difficult, complex task that was going to take a long time, that
Mm.
would be the thing I would push to the back and I would
Yeah.
procrastinate on. Lately, I'm
Yeah.
finding I just want to get started. I want to get it done. So the hard stuff,
Wow.
I just do. I throw
Yeah.
myself into it. But if
Yeah.
it's something like sending a 5-line email to my property manager about something as trivial as a smoke alarm, Simon
Which
waits
is not
5 days.
trivial. It's not trivial, actually. It's smoke alarms. It's pretty life and death.
Okay,
Isn't
good.
it?
Sorry to anyone out there that I do. Okay, for DFES, Department of Fire and Emergency Services, I am sorry. Smoke alarms are vital and they're an important part of every household. Please check them. So look, not trivial, but something as simple as sending a very quick email about something that
Yes.
isn't, a life. Well, oh my God, I was about to say life threatening. It is, but something that isn't hard to do. You're not writing a
Yes.
report, okay?
Yes.
You're not putting together an assessment about the
Yes.
risk. You're not putting a risk assessment together for the
Yes.
likelihood of getting a fire in your apartment. I just need the battery changed.
Mm.
So
You're
why
not
is
even changing the battery. You just need to send an email to get the
exactly
battery
why is that
changed.
something hard to do? Well, again, it's not hard to do. I'm putting it off.
Yeah.
So those trivial
Okay.
little things. I'll share another little story with you, and this is actually very relatable. Only a couple of hours ago, I was at the Perth Convention Centre. I was setting up
Yeah.
because I'm going to be at a
Oh my
careers
God.
expo for the next couple of days,
Yeah.
and that's going to be massive. But I was there setting up with my colleague, and she reminded me I've got to bring something in tomorrow. So Simon, there and then, went on his calendar on my phone and put a little notification in my phone to remind myself to bring the thing
This
in
whatever
question. I
thing
can't
it
remember
is.
what it is now. But
Yeah.
that's how bad
Okay.
my memory is, right? I can't remember what it
Hopefully
is.
it's in your reminder.
It's in my reminder. Now, I need to do that because I know without a shadow of a doubt I will forget that thing. But I was about to say to her, I'll put it in my notifications when I get home as a reminder. I just did it there because I know Simon will forget to do it or push that back and not put the reminder in his phone, and then I will forget the item that I'm meant to bring. That is very vital to
Which you've already
me.
forgotten, by the way,
I
what that
forgot what it
item
is, but
is.
it's in my phone, so that's okay. I'll wake up tomorrow, I'll see my
Oh,
alarm
God.
go off, blaring at me saying, bring this thing. I'll pick it up on my way to the bus stop and I'll have it in my hands. I hope that goes to plan anyway.
I'm sure you'll be fine. And also, I'm sorry, I wanted to comment on, so everybody, we were going to talk about AI, but we've kind of decided we'll save that for another day, a special occasion. And Simon sent me a video of nothing sus, a video of his activities today. And I was thinking, well, this is one thing that cannot as yet be replaced by AI. What were you doing, Simon?
I was, we have a tablecloth that we use when we exhibit at these kind of events and conferences and stuff. So it's got the corporate logo on it, QR code, all that kind of stuff. And it's very wrinkled. It's in extremely bad shape. I was given the task. Well, I actually volunteered, and I've got to admit two things here. I volunteered for this task, which was to iron the tablecloth. So I volunteered
Super
for that.
luxurious.
I'm admitting to volunteering. And the reason I'm volunteering, I admit this, I love ironing. And I even told my colleagues this in not so much with so many words that I love ironing. And even while I was there at the convention center this afternoon as we're setting up and I'm ironing the tablecloth, I actually muttered, I'm in my happy place, which I was. Generally was in a happy place. I love doing laundry. I love ironing. I don't know why. I'm not sure if there's some psychological Freudian reason. Maybe I'm cleansing myself of sins. I don't know why laundry is something I like doing or ironing. I'm ironing out the kinks in my life or whatever it is. Not kinks. Not. Okay. I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to backtrack. We're not editing this, so I'm going to backtrack.
No.
Ironing out the wrinkles in my life metaphorically, not the kinks. Kinks in a chain of armor, right? That's what you say. A kink in your armor or a chink in the armor or something like that. I don't know.
A chink in the armor.
Well, that's a bad term. Actually.
Is it?
We're not going. Okay. You can say it. It's like I can say that. I can call people.
Apparently, why is that?
You can say it. I can say wog. I can call people wogs because I am one. But I'm not going to say the word that I just said as, Are
we really that? Are we? I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. Oh, it's fine. Racial slurs are okay with Deany, everybody.
I don't know. I mean, if it's between you and me, Simon, it's fine.
Look. I'm gonna go on record.
God, I'm gonna
go on record
I'm gonna
today.
get cancelled.
We're gonna get cancelled before we even really started.
Minority. I dare you to. Mother,
I'm going to go on record today. I think if it is with a good friend, and look, there are some words I will never say. Okay, there are definitely some words I will never say in terms of words we use to. Denny's already walked off.
No, sorry. I'm just turning on my AC because I'm getting hot.
What I'm saying is, and I'm trying not to back myself into a corner right now, if it's with a very good friend. Say anything. Yeah, if it's with a very good friend and it's said in a joking manner. Like if someone were to say to me, oh, you filthy wog or something like that, as a joke.
Yes, okay. Hey,
that's okay.
Wait. There it is. Who is the subject of the conversation? If it is ourselves and a friend says that to us and we kind of give it back to them. We're not talking about other people. I think that's the differentiating point. If
Hmm.
you just generally use it to generalize and refer to people beyond yourself, then no, it's a no-no. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe that's oversimplifying it, but that's
No,
how I
I
see it.
I think you've nailed it. I think if we're using it in a derogatory fashion to label an entire group of people or one person,
Mm.
then yeah, that's not on at all. But again, I'm saying this also letting people know there are some words that I will not say though. And you can find that word in a lot of popular rap lyrics. Never say that out loud. Um, even if I did have a friend who would probably be the type of person that will be referred to as such by horrible people,
Well,
I
you
wouldn't say
probably
that.
would not even. That's
Mm,
a completely different
mm.
level.
It's
That's
it's
like
there's a
beyond.
bit of difference there, right? There's a really
Yes,
good movie,
that's
Deanie.
yes.
Just to not, I don't want to get bogged down talking about ethnic slurs too much in this particular episode, although this does relate to
It's
the
just what we
workplace.
grew up with.
Yeah, well, hey, not 80s and 90s Perth.
Uh,
It was every ethnicity
I
for
mean, you wouldn't even know it
themselves.
was a slur. You would have thought, oh yeah, that's
Yeah, 100%. Like when my grandparents came to this country, they were probably called 1,000 different things that I had no idea what those words were. But anyway, I digress. There is a movie called you've probably seen it. It's from 1979. Which is my favorite year for movies, by the way, if anyone out there
mm,
really cares. It's
okay.
called The Wanderer. It's an American film, 1979, called The Wanderer, and it's about gangs, not gangs really, but a group of hoodlums in New York in the 1950s and
Mm,
or 60s. And there's one scene that I remember to this day, and it's so funny because my brother even shared the scene with me on YouTube recently, where there's these Italian American kids and these African American kids in this classroom. And obviously, all the
okay.
African Americans are on one side, the Italian Americans are on the other side. And the teacher is going on. I can't remember the context, but the teacher is saying, "What are some words that you would use to describe other groups?" And there's silence in the room for about 30 seconds, and then suddenly one of the Italian Americans blurts out the N word. I'm not going to say it,
Yeah, yeah,
and that
yeah.
just
Okay.
starts the whole snowball. And then you got the African Americans saying "guinea wog," "guinea wop," all these kind of slurs from their end. The
Oh my
Italians
God.
are saying the same back, and it's back and forth, and it's just like, holy crap.
There's a lot of
but
that. Mm.
but you couldn't do that in a film today. There's no way that would fly in a cinematic movie, or maybe it would. I don't
Maybe
know.
it would. I mean,
Maybe
look,
it would. No
they
one
did
makes
it
movies
with
like that.
no, recently Django, Leonardo
There you
DiCaprio.
go. Yep. Yep. Very good one.
He was
Very good.
really
Great movie,
he's
by the way.
quite affecting in that movie.
Mm. Oh,
Um,
100%.
but speaking of, I've actually experienced, I wouldn't say racism. Maybe, I don't know what you would say. It's because very, very recently when I was living in France. Okay, one example. I'm by heritage Indonesian, right? So even if you put me in Asia, it would be Southeast Asia,
Mm.
kind of close to East Asia, China, but I'm not Chinese.
Mm.
But in France, the way they refer to Asians is in general, les Chinois, like Chinese, basically.
Oh,
So
okay.
all Asians are Chinese. Anyway, when we first brought Leon back, he was kind of like a baby. And even my grandma, who's Moroccan, she's like migrant to France like ages ago. She would call Leon, oh, petit Chinois, little Chinese and little. And his cousins who are also French, Moroccan, they would go around and just go like this to him because he's got like.
Mm.
And I thought, oh, that's just because
Sorry.
they're kids they don't
Hang on.
understand. Wait,
Because we're
but.
not visual, can you just
Oh,
describe to the
yeah,
audience what you
sorry. I
just did with
just
your eyes?
pull the edges to make the fox eye, which I'm doing. Anyway, the Chinese eye, the Asian slanty eye, apparently.
Oh,
So
boy.
one day I was at I think it was like a language center or whatever. So in France, you have to take um, French lessons, and you have to be at a certain level before you can get your like a visa, like a permanent residency, or you know. So I was in the center. I was doing like this little entrance test to see what level French I was. And this old man, I was by myself because I came in the middle or whatever time in the year, like just random time. And this old man came in. I'm sure he was part of the community there. So it's like, obviously, it's people who are used to dealing with migrants, who are used to dealing with other cultures, right? You would think. He came in and he started a conversation with me. Really nice, like really interested. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're doing the test." I said, "Yeah, this is all in French. I'm not going to do it in French." It's like, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh well, my parents are Indonesian, but I was born in Australia, and now I'm here with my husband who's French." And he's like, "Ah, Indonesian." And then he said, "Oh, that's why you're like this to me." And this isn't like a gentleman.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Yes, my eyes are a bit slanty. Yes, I guess."
That's why you're like
But
this.
you know what? I didn't get offended.
Okay.
So what does that make me? I don't know.
No,
Should
well,
I have been offended? I mean, contextually, I understand that it's just different, a different generation and a different whatever. But
100%.
like, we were in a little town of 17,000 people, so it's not like Paris or Lyon or Toulouse where everyone's quite, even then, it's France. Like,
There is and look, I've never actually been to Europe, but from all accounts I get from a lot of people, look, some places are absolutely amazing. The history there,
I'm
brilliant.
surprised you haven't been to Europe.
I know. Well, is that because I'm a wog?
Yeah,
No,
Calabrese.
I haven't been there yet.
Calabrian cowboy. What the heck?
I haven't even been there.
To Italy? Even I've
I'm
been
a
to Italy.
citizen. Yeah, you have too. And here's the thing. I'm actually a dual citizen. I only found that out
Yes.
back in March this year as well, that I'm actually, I didn't know this, folks. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm 44 years old. I only found out 2 months ago that I've been carrying around dual citizenship my entire life. So I had no idea. So I'm an Italian citizen. I've never set foot on Italian soil.
Is that because your parents are Italian?
No, it's because my nonna, my grandmother, when she was still alive, when I was born, actually, took my mum to the consulate and did some shifty paperwork.
Okay.
And apparently my mum didn't even know, because my mum didn't know I was a citizen, and got my mum to sign some forms. And lo and behold, I become an Italian citizen like that. So thank you, nonna, for that.
But how did your mum not know?
I don't know. I have no idea. She claims it was so long ago, I must have forgotten. I didn't know what was going on.
So how did you find out?
I kept getting Italian election voting forms. So there was a referendum there earlier this year, which was actually quite a big deal, to be honest, because I looked it up on Reddit. And I got the referendum, and I always get them before. And this is how I guess unaware I was, because I've been getting them since I was 18, right? But I thought it must be just because my nonna was a citizen and they're giving me this voting form, or someone's made a mistake. Look, I get them, I read through them, I laugh, I chuckle, I ignore them, I throw them in the bin, right?
Are they in Italian or in...
It's all in Italian, right?
I was going to say Australian.
It's all in... Look, I've got it. I've got it right here. I'm going to show it.
Hey. Oh my God, like actual...
I've got the actual Italian, the voting form. Yeah, I've got it here, I think. I kept it.
They send it to you via mail.
Yep, 100%. So I've got it. Bear with me, folks, and bear with me, Deany. I've got it. This is it. So this is what?
Si, no. No or si? Well, why don't you just
si
fill
or
it
no,
out? You're a citizen.
Si or no. Now it says here, so anyone that understands Italian, approvate il testo della legge di revisione degli art. 87 decimo comma 102 Terimo come, blah, 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 blah. So I had no idea what it was for. Well, no, I do know it was for. They were making some changes to their judiciary, like their Supreme Court over there. Some,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, if it's a
apparently everyone was going,
referendum, that means
big
something
referendum,
massive.
right?
Yeah.
And apparently I went on Reddit and everyone's like telling me, because I spoke about it on Reddit. I put a post up saying, I just found out I'm a citizen and I got this. And everyone that's in Italy, because it was on the Italian subreddit,
Yeah.
they were all telling me, vote no, please vote no, do your duty as a citizen, vote no, vote no, vote no. And
What
I'm
did
like,
you do?
I didn't vote.
What? You didn't
I
vote?
didn't vote. No,
Oh my
no,
God.
no, I didn't vote.
So
I,
if the
I, I got too
referendum
distracted.
passed,
Got too
it's
distracted by
on
being an
you.
Italian. I did the Italian thing. I didn't vote. Okay. I was just basically doing my patriotic duty to ignore
Oh God.
legislation in my own country. I forget the point of the story. So I was talking about how I'm an Italian citizen.
Yes.
Oh my God, jog
You've
my
never
memory.
been to Italy.
Never been to Italy.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though I should have been to Italy at some point.
Yeah.
I forget the whole point of why we come up with that, but that's okay. We can move
All
on
right.
from that
It's just
story.
classic conversation.
Classic conversation, right? Classic Simon conversation is taking the
Yeah.
conversation in 7,000 different
Somewhere else.
directions all at the same
No,
time.
we were talking about like, people's blasé
Oh,
attitude in Europe on
mhm.
certain things that we might find, oh, that should be offensive. But over there, it's still kind of 1979.
Yes, that's right. So I was saying I've never been to Europe, but from all accounts, from what I've heard from some people who I know who have been to Europe many times or have lived there for a while, racism is a little bit more in your face in some places.
Yeah, I don't
Look,
think they even realize it's racism. So,
and not saying it's not here in Australia, because there is a racism problem
uh,
in Australia. There
I
definitely
mean,
is.
I feel like there's more of a platform now.
Well, certain political parties are becoming bigger and it's
Yes,
legitimizing
yes. With all
some
those
viewpoints that
donations.
shouldn't really. Anyway, I'm not going to get too political today, but yeah, I think people can decipher what
It's
I mean by that.
it's hard because, the same donors would be the ones with the money to pay for all of the cybersecurity bells and whistles. So we are indebted to them in one way or another, Simon, being in the cybersecurity industry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Well, no, you're not a consultant anymore. You're in the education
I am,
accreditation
and that
side.
gives me.
So,
I have to be careful what I say too, though.
mhm,
But it does give me a bit of leeway to definitely make comment about some of these big corporates and backing certain political parties' viewpoints. I'm not going
yeah,
to
I
say much
mean,
more than that.
bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all
It's a
the bottom line.
capitalist something or other, as we see now. Oh, just wondering what kind of world it's gonna be in when my kids reach the adult years.
It's really funny that we say this kind of thing now. Like you just said that. I'm constantly thinking that as a parent as well about my boys. It's so funny that we say this because I know that when we were growing up, and this isn't just through the lens of nostalgia, this is more, the world was more stable. There was a normalcy. Diplomatic relations with countries and presidents and prime ministers and chancellors weren't going
They
off.
were acting accordingly. Yes, they were
They were
acting
acting according
accordingly.
to, there was a decorum about the way they would speak, and they were more statesman-like.
Yes.
Today's different. Now, my parents back then were also saying the same thing. I don't know what kind of world you're going to live in. My goodness me, how normal was the world when we were growing up? Honestly.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty damn good.
Like I mean, especially me, like I grew up a little bit in Indonesia, right? So I had that experience of when you make plans with your friends, you definitely got to be there because there's no mobile phone or anything. Like, you just trust that your mates are going to be there
Mm,
wherever you said. If you have to meet up somewhere for a school task or, just go to the movies or something, everyone's just got to be there. And
mm,
I don't know, it was just, yeah, it was much simpler. There was no scrolling on Instagram or watching YouTube Kids. Like you would watch we had the Dragon Ball Z, um, Sailor Moon, Candy Candy on Sundays, Candy Candy, and Doraemon, which is like this magical cat from the future. You can pull out anything from its pocket, like front pocket. That was like the viewing on Sunday. So you know that Sunday between whatever 6 to 10 a.m. is like no go if you want to make play dates because everyone's got to be in front of the TV and watch the show. And then, or you would go to a friend's place to watch that. But yeah, it's just so
mm.
different now.
Yeah, that absolutely is. We've gone from an analog society, I guess, is my way of looking at it, to a digital society. So I know we had digital tech when we were younger, but I call it analog because it was like you had to literally, call people up, and you had to literally, if you want to play video games with your mates, they had to come over and
Mm.
get a spare and use the
There
second
was still
controller.
that
It
connection,
was
right?
There was connection. There was human connection.
Mm.
It was all people coming together still and doing things together. And I remember, when I was 18, 19, started going to festivals and concerts and really big gigs, and people were there in the moment enjoying it. And now I was at Electric Island, a trance and house festival,
Is it all like
a
this?
few weeks ago.
Is it all like this?
Yeah, just phones
Sorry,
everywhere.
sorry,
And look,
like this. Oh,
like
look,
that, with phones everywhere.
Nora did.
Stickers,
This
I
is
love
my
it.
daughter. She put stickers everywhere, including there was a sticker in front of the light, and I was trying to use my light. I'm like, why is it so dark? Oh, Nora put a sticker on there, and my phone is just so crap, like it's all cracked and stuff.
It's just hiding all the
See.
cracks. It's great. It's what stickers are
Anyway,
for.
sorry. We were talking about,
No.
yes. What is
And
it
look,
with that?
it's
It's
just to capture a
depressing.
moment, but you're there. Like, enjoy it, be present. There is no
I
presence
remember,
today.
yes, going to Warehouse, going to Every Picture, going to all of the raves back in Melbourne, and people were dancing. People were like there.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Look, and I
maybe
was,
there and somewhere else, but
yeah, but I was guilty of it too. I like not constantly taking video, but I did take a short 30-second video purely to send to my brother because I think,
yes. No,
yeah,
look,
Armin van
that's
Helden.
fine. Here's an update, but like not for an entire song and then completely missing
No,
what's going and then annoying the people behind you because they can't see. Well, everyone's like this anyway, so what do you do?
yeah, exactly, 100%. What do? You're right. You're like,
Why is this turning into a bitching? Like we're like old farts bitching about kids these days, and it was so much better when I was growing up. Blah blah blah.
yeah.
This is
I
really
think
unplugged.
it's scary when you almost start to sound like your parents or your grandparents, right? It's just back in my day, there were no phones out. Yeah,
Back in my
but
day, people actually worked.
this
Different.
does actually translate to the workplace because it's that kind of I guess that kind of culture of what's the word here? So get instant gratification, and everything has to be shared, and everything has to be kind of put online, and I see that in the workplace. I've seen it, not in my current one, but I have seen that in the workplace in the past. I think it's great when organizations get together and they do something for charity, right? And that's amazing, and they share it on socials, especially if it's a small or medium business, not a big corporation doing it. What I hate though is when like workplaces will share everything they do online about all their staff and constantly talk about how great they are and how amazing they are, and every little thing. Like, even if I'm hitting a ball on a golf course, I'm taking a break out today to do some real networking on the golf course. I don't care. Don't share it. Like, honestly, like, if you want to share that, put it on Facebook where it kind of belongs. But if you're putting it on like
Well,
LinkedIn or you're relating it to your work in a way, I don't care,
since
you know.
you mentioned network, I knew you were going to mention LinkedIn when you post. It has to have a work plan. If you're going to post something on LinkedIn, and
How
then the
it,
formula, the formula is, oh, you got to humanize it, make it more human and relatable. So that's why everyone's doing that.
mm. Oh, look, 100%. That is why they're look. It works in some ways. It does work, but there are instances where I've seen people try to humanize things or come across as more authentic, but it's actually having the opposite
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
effect,
yeah, yeah.
because it's all in the way you communicate something. If you are getting AI to generate your LinkedIn posts, then it's
Mm,
going to come out like corporate slop at the end of the day. It's
mm-hmm,
going to sound exactly like that. And I think it was great. A couple of episodes ago, we had Sheil come on
mm,
and talk about exactly that. Like there is such an amount of, an atrocious amount of corporate AI driven slop on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Insta, that how do we cut through that crap? You almost can't. You just need more people to stop doing it and
yeah,
start being more authentic in what
that
they
would be
do
hard.
share.
That would be hard though. I mean, you know, I've, you can tell when someone's used AI to produce things. And I'm not saying that I've never used, I use it every day,
Mhm. Yep.
to help, structure or to tell me what I don't want done or even to create agents to do whatever. I use it, right? But there's a line between when you start using AI to formulate responses to your friends, just so you can sound intelligent, I think that's probably not a great way to use it. And then also if you're posting stuff for certain reasons, maybe to drive engagement. I don't know. It's hard because everyone just starts sounding kind of the same, right?
Mm. Hand up. Guilty. Guilty of that last thing you said.
Sounding
So
the
you
same,
might. I'm very guilty of that. So what I and you know this one, Deany. So
Mm-hmm.
it was about last month. It was about a month ago, where
Yeah.
through Rejected or Selected, I posted a photo of me in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
What?
Now
Was it
that
AI?
originally that the reason I originally posted that was so that our 11 listeners around the world could see that, because we went to put an episode out that morning,
Mm,
right? That wasn't going to happen because I was
right.
in a hospital bed and I was being
You
monitored and
flatlined like three
everything. I
times or
flatlined the
what?
night before. That's another story. We'll talk about that another time, right?
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I'm alive. I'm here. But
Yep.
I was in a hospital bed and I was very conscious of the fact that it's Friday morning. And usually what I do is Thursday night, very late Thursday night, I will push out and publish our episode. So by Friday morning, everyone's got it in
Mm.
their feed and yeah, blah, blah, blah. Didn't happen because I was in hospital. Um,
And
anyway,
your
wanted to push it
co-host is
out through.
unreliable.
Yeah. What kind of podcast host are you?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Jeez. No, no, no. And this is my fault too because I was using a platform at the time that only I had access to, Deany. So
Mm,
not your fault at all.
yes, I'll take that.
Anyway, we've changed platform. But the point of it is, I posted that so people know Rejected or Selected is still around. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't pulled. They are not just,
Yes.
they're not inconsistent. There's something, life happens. And even the post said
Yes.
that life happens.
Yes.
Our hosts aren't invincible, blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah.
Yes.
But then I pushed it out and then I thought, it's a good way to generate some views of our podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
So then I reposted that post in my
Yeah.
own personal LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
And I gave a shout out to the staff at Royal Perth Hospital, where I used to work, by the way. So
Yeah.
again, it was kind of linked to my old workplace, old teammates, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, probably not the best decision to make, though, sharing it personally, because what happened after that was a flurry of text messages and WhatsApp messages and phone calls from people going, "You're right. Did you die? Like, did you almost die? Are you okay? What happened? Were you in a car crash? Blah, 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 blah." All right, this isn't the way you want people to find things out.
Yeah.
So I
Through
did
LinkedIn.
make a bit of a mistake. I thought I did the right thing sharing it. Oh, cool. Just made a bit of a post, connected it to a previous workplace, and like, "Oh, dude, you're one of those people that overshares. Don't do it. Stop it. Stop it." So,
I feel
yeah.
like
Guilty.
it's on brand with you, Simon. Like, not overshare, but people will feel, oh yeah, that's just Simon is like that. Like and
In hospital.
not in a
Well,
bad
Simon is like
way.
that. He's like,
No,
"What's getting up in hospital? He flatlined."
not in
Oh,
a
that's
bad way.
Simon.
Like, you had a legit reason to share. You weren't connecting, oh, my experience in hospital taught me something about whatever. You know, it was legitimately, we have
Yeah.
a commitment. It's not happening because of this reason.
Mm.
I mean, there's a nuance there. There's a difference. Um, for me, it's just so strange. Like, I find it so hard to share things on LinkedIn. I have so many things that I like to share in person. Like, I'm an oversharer in person, as you
In
know,
person.
or even on the podcast. I tend to overshare because I just run my mouth and it just, like, whatever, goes somewhere.
But that's good. It's all
Yeah.
good stuff that you bring up,
It's
though.
not helpful for the podcast, though. Like, there's so many things that I could share on LinkedIn and on the socials or whatever to help push this podcast. But I just can't break that. I've not yet found a way to break the privacy wall. Like, I'm so open on a personal level. But when it comes to, like, posting something on LinkedIn to share to, like, the wider, it's very hard for me. There's like this fear of, oh, someone's going to read it. It's like, oh, so what? Like, you know, and even it doesn't, the only post that I did that really reached a lot of people was that post when I was jobless and I was so fucking desperate and I made that video and I tagged all of the like consulting and other companies in it. I just was like shameless because I was desperate, and that went, well, I wouldn't say viral, but in my like little online life, that was like the most engagement I've had on any post I've had in my life. But I don't know. I think that was a one-hit wonder kind of thing. Like, I don't know what I could do or how I can share
Well,
more comfortably.
I know what you can do. I definitely know what you can do. I've got some answers here, and it comes
What's
back
that?
from our episode, sorry,
With
2
Sheil?
episodes ago with Sheil, because I'm going to just jog everyone's memory. And for those who haven't listened to the episode with Sheil, you really should, by the way.
Yeah.
He's an
Yep.
amazing public speaker and has some great
Probably
advice. But one challenge that he set for Deany that we
And
have
I never
recorded
did it.
on this podcast, where you will, was that Deany is going to at least, I think it was 3 times a week for a month, was going to get her
Was it 3
phone
times
out.
a week for a month, or was it 3 times in a month?
3 times a week for a month.
Holy sh!
Yeah,
Okay.
2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times. Now, Deany was going to get out her phone, turn on the camera, but then turn the phone around so she's facing the lens,
Yeah,
and in a
like this.
public place with other people around, doesn't have to be crowded, doesn't have to be everyone in your face, but in a public space, Deany was going to post, I think it was a 30 to 60 second video about a topic.
What
about
about?
something,
So this is like,
anything.
oh, what should I talk about and blah, blah, blah. And now, you know, you see my camera is really like it's crap. So it's not going to be good quality video. And I know I'm just looking for excuses, but honestly, no
You
one should be
really are.
subjected to these videos that I'm supposed to make.
Well, use your reverse camera. To go to selfie mode. I'm not letting you off the hook, by the way. So what you do, go into selfie mode and just take it there. Now the next day, okay, so after we recorded with Sheil, I think it was a Tuesday, the Wednesday night, I did. I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk the talk And even though
You're
I've
not
done
like
this
me.
before, I'm going to do one now. Now, the Deany, I'm going to let you in on a secret. No one knows this. You don't know it either. The only reason I made that video was so you would have something to follow on with. Now, I did that video, and it was basically I was walking to go meet a really good friend of mine. We were going to a quiz night in Leaderville. And as I'm walking, a lot of people on the pod who listen to the podcast might not know, I have what's it called? Oh my God, my mind at the moment. I have, I'm going to have
Osteoporosis.
to edit this bit out. Sorry? I have arthritis in my right hip.
Arthritis. Okay, I
Oh
knew
my
it was one
God,
of
the
those.
word itself, you know what's
Why
really
did I
weird?
say
Deany?
osteoporosis? Is that
Well, it's
like
similar. It's a bone disease. You know what's really weird, Deany? I was forgetting the word arthritis. The only word I could think of was Alzheimer's, and that's scary. Anyway, which I clearly have. So basically, I have arthritis in my right hip, and as I'm walking, I start feeling the pain. The arthritis is flaring up. So I thought this is a great opportunity, following on from the conversation we had with Sheil. Get my phone out. I put it onto the normal camera mode, turn it around, and I just talked for about a minute about my arthritis. From that, there was, it wasn't viral and it wasn't this massive video. There weren't like 100 likes, but there were a fair few. And from that, I had a conversation with my boss the next day, and she actually said to me that her husband has arthritis, and it really that video really spoke to her and her husband, because it's basically what her husband's going through. He's feeling the same kind of pain that I was feeling. And so speaking to my boss about it, I liked it, because I was like, oh my God, my boss actually watches my LinkedIn videos, for one thing. And the second thing, she actually liked it, and it spoke to her because she can relate to it through her husband who has arthritis. So for me, that was like, oh my God, I'm glad I shared that now, because it's just a good little share. And from that as well, I got a private message from another person, I won't name them, who said to me they have something similar in their spine and they've been dealing with it for years. And I just felt, oh my God, for this guy, because the hip is one thing, having it in your spine must be another whole thing completely in terms of pain. So I'm glad I shared that video. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. But as I said earlier, I shared that video as a way to get the ball rolling with you, Deany. So hopefully now we get the ball rolling.
Purposely just pretended to watch. And I know that Sheil still remembers, and I remember, and whoever listened to the podcast probably remember. It's so
Well,
hard.
I will. I don't expect you to tell me when you do it, but I will refresh my feed every now and again, and I'll wait for Deany's video to pop up, whether it's on Insta
because,
or
like,
LinkedIn.
look, if I post it on LinkedIn, like, what is it? I'm a big believer in, if you put something out in the world, it needs to be useful, right? It needs to contribute to something. Like, I can't just I can quote like a random video. Like, I'm not a wise Padawan. Like, I don't have, pearls of wisdom to drop like 3 times a week for a month.
First of all, I'm showing how much of a nerd I am here. Padawans aren't the wise ones. They're the apprentices. They're the learners.
Anyway,
Masters
I'm a young Padawan. I'm not.
Yeah. You're not a Yoda. Well, I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're not short, green, and 900 years old. But the point is, I don't think I've got a lot of wisdom either. I definitely don't. But I feel that there is always something you can take from sharing something. So, for example, sometimes I will, as you would call it, yes, there have been a couple of times on LinkedIn where I have done what you would call a shit post, where I've just put something up that's I think was funny and just for giggles, right? But the purpose of that is to, on a Friday, make people laugh. You come into work on a Friday morning, and, you know, end of a long week, and it's nice to sometimes have a giggle. Now, that's the only reason. Sometimes I will post things like that, just random little jokes, so that in the hopes that, look, 90% of people will cringe and get on with their day. 10% of people hopefully will look at it and go, ha, funny, and then get on with their day. But that's the purpose.
And on that note, Simon, I think it's time to go for a wine and
I
dine,
think so
maybe.
too. People won't know this because I'll edit it very carefully. This is, look, it's an unplugged episode, but I'm going to edit
Okay.
bits out because for anyone who doesn't know, Deany got knocked off Riverside a couple of times just then. So I think it is time for a wine. Time for some harmonica.
Amazing. I love it. Anyway.
Oh, I love it too. I love learning it. It's such an easy instrument to learn. For an idiot like me, it is foolproof, and you can make a decent tune. Nothing great, but you know. And I like to sit on my balcony and just. Yeah.
Wow.
Muck around a bit.
And I needed tobacco and like hay to chew on. Yes. So really, really happy that we actually recorded this, Simon. I didn't think I would have the energy for it, but super enjoyable. Sorry to cut it short. And,
no. All good. All good. I don't mind that. I'm glad there's no microphone near my stomach because it's been rumbling for the last hour.
Yeah.
I actually need to eat some food because I've been fasting all day.
Oh, look at
Anyway, not on purpose, by the way. Just too busy. Too busy for life.
Enjoy your meal.
I will. I'm delirious. Bye.
Yay, bye. That's a lot to say. Bye.
See ya.
See you next.